David Robert Jones was born on the 8th of January 1947 in Brixton, London, England, and known worldwide as David Bowie. He was an outstanding entertainer, firstly as a singer but also as a songwriter, film score composer, record producer, and actor, recognized as one of the most outstanding music entertainers Britain has produced, on par with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones in the modern era. He passed away in 2016. A world-renowned singer and songwriter, how rich was David Bowie? According to Celebrity.money, David Bowie's net worth was estimated to be over $230 million, most of which he accumulated from his successful singing career spanning over 50 years. In 2002, his earnings from the Heathen album alone amounted to $2.5 million, while in 2013, his album called The Next Day still brought him $250,000. Bowie studied at the Burnt Ash Junior School, where he excelled in the school's choir, and also proved to be a talented dancer. Inspired by John Coltrane and Charles Mingus, Bowie took up saxophone classes, which he played in the first band with whom Bowie performed at various local events and gatherings. Subsequently, Bowie decided to follow a career in the music industry, initially playing professionally in such bands as the Conrads and the King Bees, but later joined the Manish Boys and the Lower Third. Since he has difficulty attracting the audience's attention as a member of rock groups, Bowie decided upon launching a solo career, as a result of which he changed his name from David Jones to David Bowie. Bowie rose to prominence in 1969 with the release of his single called Space Oddity, which captured the imagination of the public in the period of extensive space exploration. The song became so popular that it earned him an Ivor Novello Award and was included in the soundtrack of Stanley Kubrick's film 2001, A Space Odyssey. That same year, Bowie released his second studio album, which was initially entitled David Bowie, but due to the popularity of the song was renamed Space Oddity. A further big break for Bowie came in 1975 when he came out with the album called Young Americans, which produced the popular single Fame. Over 30 years, he produced a variety of performances and personas, in song, on the stage, in concerts, and in films. Bowie's discography eventually stretched to 27 studio albums, 9 live albums, and 7 compilation albums, the last Black Star just days before his passing. Additionally, his collaborations with such artists as Queen and Annie Lennox were inevitably applauded by audiences worldwide. In the UK, he scored 9 platinum album certifications, 11 gold and 8 silver, while in the US, 5 platinum and 7 gold certifications. Bowie's contributions to music have been acknowledged with Grammy Awards, Brit Awards, and Saturn Awards, to name a few. Bowie has also been included in the list of 100 Greatest Britons and inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Following his breakthrough with Space Oddity, Bowie not only became a prominent singer, but an actor as well, which he had begun prior to succeeding in music. Over the years, Bowie received a Saturn Award for his role in The Man Who Fell to Earth in 1976, was highly commended for his role in the 1983 film Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, and made appearances in such films as Yellowbeard the same year with David Sherlock and Peter Quid. The Linguini Incident in 1991 and the now iconic musical fantasy film Labyrinth in 1986, which despite its initial commercial failure soon gained a cult following and inspired the release of a graphic novel. David Bowie was always smart enough to ensure his net worth continued to rise along with his continued popularity, which became worldwide, even using discussions about his sexuality for propaganda purposes. At one point, he described himself a closet heterosexual, but the quality of his performances in entertaining audiences never wavered, so much so that he was named by Rolling Stone magazine in their list of 100 greatest artists of all time, and in a BBC poll of 2002, the 29th greatest Briton of all time. Of further interest, Bowie's financial management of assets became a leader in the entertainment industry, not just by moving his tax residence to Switzerland, but in 1997, when only assets such as mortgages and car loans were securitized, David was persuaded to securitize future revenues from his catalogs of songs. This enabled him to buy back rights to his songs. The securitized royalties were eventually known as Bowie bonds and were registered as a trademark. Bowie actually sold future revenues from 287 songs to Prudential Insurance at 7.9% interest, higher than 10-year U.S. Treasury bonds on the $55 million he received. David Bowie was certainly not your average rock star who lived only for the moment. His achievements were such that he was made commander of the Ordre des Arts d'Arts by the French government in 1999, but declined both British honors of a commander of the British Empire and a knighthood in 2003. He also received an honorary doctorate from the Berklee College of Music in 1999. In regards to his personal life, which he kept largely private, David David Bowie was married twice. His first marriage to Maria Angela Barnett ended in divorce in 1980, a decade after their marriage in 1970. In 1992, he married Iman Mohammed Abdulhamid. David Bowie has 2 children, namely Duncan Jones, actually christened Zoe Bowie with Mary, and Alexandria Zahra Jones with Imam. Sadly, David Bowie died on the 10th of January 2016 in New York City from liver cancer, which he had been diagnosed with just 18 months earlier. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos which we recommend you watch next. Or head over to celebrity.money for the most detailed net worth articles on the market. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.